Heavenly Father, I want to say thank you for bringing us here today as we are about to have our discussion. We kind of invite you here. Wherever we discuss, may we learn something from today's discussion that we are able to use in our next relationship, our current relationship, or just something that we can learn that will benefit us um, in the future, Lord. We say thank you for everything. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, let me check the volume. Um, all right, it's good. All right, let me see. Hi, welcome. Gonna be starting here in a minute. Hi guys, welcome to the live. I'll be starting here in a minute. But until then, you can comment down below what are some of the way that you can promote independence and also togetherness in a relationship. For those of you who just new to the chat, hi, my name is Catherine. Welcome to the chat. On here, we talk about relationship. We talk about the ups and downs, the good time, the fun time, the bad times in a relationship. We just keep it real here about everything that come with being a relationship. And also we talk about life as well, cause our day to day life also come into our relationship. So we talk between here and there about life and relationships. So today's question is how some comment down below some ways that you can promote independence in a relationship and also togetherness in a relationship. How do you balance it out? Comment down below. So I'm just tapping this here. Why you guys? I love to hear your input as well. So comment down below your thoughts on this topic and togetherness. How's everybody doing today, y'all? Okay, hope that makes sense. Let's see. Type. Coming down below. Some ways to promote independence. I think it's will be independence, but and togetherness in a relationship. I think I misspelled that, but it's okay. Independence. Hi guys, welcome. How are you doing today? So let's get started. Let's get started. I love to hear your input on this discussion. How do you promote independence in a relationship? Also to togetherness. How do you balance it out? So I love to hear your input about this discussion because if you cannot provide your own independence and also balance it with togetherness for you and your partner, that relationship is not going to work. So it's very important that we are having these discussions. I love to hear your input as well. I'm doing good. How is everybody doing? Hope your day is going great. Um, so I will be going. For those of you who was in yesterday live, I will be going to work early today. So I'm like, let me just get my life out of the way, so we get it done. The sooner the better, right? So I would say some way to help promote independence and togetherness in a relationship. First, I would say it's very easy for you to get lost in a relationship, especially if you really into that person and stuff like that. Um, it's very easy for you to lose yourself. So what I would say, some ways to help promote independence and also to give togetherness could be um, before you met this person, you were doing your own thing, right? um yeah, it's not bad to spend time with your partner and all that good stuff. It's very important that we're spending time with our partner. uh all right, it's very important that we are spending time. Quality time is very important in a relationship. um well, everything going around, everything is expensive these days, so we get all caught up with work and other stuff. But it's very important that we are taking time for our partners, spending time together. You can't put that on a back burner. Fun time at least maybe once a week or twice a week for you and your partner to just get together and do stuff together. um but also going back to what I was saying, before you met this person, you had your own stuff going on. Hopefully you was living your best life and stuff like that. So what I would say, in order to still promote your own independence and to get in a relationship, I would say still do some of your hobbies, right? Because I don't expect you and your partner to be able to be together 24/7 around the clock. So do some of your hobbies together, find time for yourself, self-care. Just loving on yourself. If you are loving on yourself and just taking time for yourself, you are able to be your better self. So even though, yeah, you want to spend time with your partner, but don't stop doing some of those fun things that you used to do that make you happy. That could be maybe going out to get your hair done, going with your friends. Yeah, okay. When it comes to friendship, when you in a relationship, I would say hopefully you had a good friend group that you used to hang out with. So don't stop doing that if you had a very good support system when it comes to friendship. Don't just leave them, right? Just because you're in a relationship. I can see you kind of changing your friends group if those friends are not good friends, right? I can truly understand that. But if you really had somebody who was there for you, who had all the qualities when it comes to friendship, don't just stop talking to them just because you're in a relationship. That's not good. So find time, balance it out, find time to be with your friends and find time to be with your partner as well. And also find some of the things that you should like to do by yourself as well. Still do those stuff that make you happy as long as it's not anything bad that going to cause a relationship any harm. Don't stop doing those stuff. Um, because sometimes we get all caught up we want to do stuff, you know get all caught up we want to just be with our partner because we are into that person. But just still balance it out, find time for yourself. It's good to let your partner breathe, right? You can't be with that person 24 hour around the clock. um, Even though that person might be into you and stuff like that, that person might want to spend time with you, but give each other time to breathe a little bit. In that way, when y'all do come together, you are able to cherish each other and stuff like that. But also, if you did have a friends group that was not great, I can see, you have to let them go if they are not bringing any value to the friendship. Yeah, I can see you letting that go. But if you did have a good friends group, don't stop being with your friends, or just taking time and go out with your girls and just have time together and stuff like that. You don't even have to go out. Whatever you choose to do, that would be just getting together and just meet up and catching up. Don't stop doing those stuff. But if you didn't have a good friends group, yeah, find some good friends that you can still hang out with and stuff like that. That you can still do some fun stuff that you like to do. And also togetherness, I say find quality time together and stuff like that. It's very important that we are just finding time. Yeah, sometimes we get all caught up in the work. Yeah, at the end of the day, we need to work to pay all our bills and live the kind of lifestyle that we want to live. But still, balance it out. Don't burn yourself out. So find time to spend time with your partner. Also, just do some fun stuff that you would like to do. Because at the end of the day, you can't kill yourself for a job. You go 24/7, you work 24/7 around the clock. But if you're sick, all that money, somebody else going to enjoy it. So it's very important that we are, balancing work and just taking time to relax and just doing some stuff that you would like to do for yourself. That could be maybe planning little trips here and there, or just finding something that you like to do. It don't have to be anything big. Whatever you like to do, because you can, the more you say tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow is a day that never promised you tomorrow. So find time to enjoy your money, do some stuff that you like to do, because if you say, "Oh, I want to work," yeah, work is good. Trust me, I like working as well. At some point, I have like two jobs, and but sometimes you can get burned out. So just find time for yourself as well to recharge and just relax. Do stuff that you like to do. Um, find time to also um talk. Open communication is very important in a relationship. Let me see. Somebody was saying something. Did I miss that? Mm-mm. What will you do in front of your high school crush? uh, what would you do? Huh? Hi, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Somebody said, what will you do in front of your high school crush? What will you do? I mean, tell them. Maybe they don't know that you like them. So tell them. Yeah. Hey, if you don't say, even though sometimes we ladies will know that the person like us, but it's good that it come from your mouth. Just tell them. Yeah, it don't hurt. What's the word I said? Closed mouth don't get fed. Yeah, tell them you like them. If they say no, no mean no. But at least you know what's it say? You shot your shot or you shoot your shot, whatever that word is. Yeah, tell them. That's what I would say. And just be yourself. Don't try to do too much. Just be yourself. Uh, what I was saying, yeah, spend quality time together, have open communication is very important in a relationship. I always say it's very important for partners to have open communication. Um, you guys might not always agree with each other, but just create a safe place that both of you are able to just talk, to just get everything out. Because the more you continue to hold it in, it causes more problems to the relationship. So it's very important that you create a space for your partner to just be able to talk, to just tell you how they feel. We might not always agree, but it's it's very important that we are listening to each other and we are not just brushing each other out while your partner talk. Yeah, you might not agree with me, but this is how I'm telling you, this is how I feel. So it's very important that you are just uh expressing how you feel as a person and acknowledge that, you know, you can agree and disagree. There's always sometimes you guys gonna disagree, sometimes you're gonna agree, but you know, be a bigger person. If you ready wrong your partner, take accountability and just tell them you're sorry. Don't just say you're sorry, but try to work on that. Um, and also maybe during those time that you guys do catch up, during the week, you guys can look at what's working in a relationship, what's not working. You can talk about it and look for ways to help improve that. It always helps. There's never enough of improvement. You guys can always look for ways. As long as you guys are talking and hearing each other out, there's always something that you guys could fix or you guys could do better and stuff like that. As long as you two are willing to be together and also willing to do what it takes to be together. You guys gonna have ups and downs, but as long as you guys are committed to each other and looking for ways to improve the relationship, despite what might happen along the way, you guys gonna stay together. Yeah. Uh, Also, boundaries is very important. So, I always say set from the beginning of that relationship. Always set boundaries. Always set boundaries with your partner. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you set your boundary, at some point, your partner going to try to test it to see what they can get rid of, uh, away of. But if you set your boundaries, you gotta be firm with your partner. Don't just the one moment if your partner cross your boundaries and you don't do something about it, they're gonna keep doing it. So whatever you don't, whatever you want from your partner or you expect from your partner, tell them and also tell them what's gonna be the consequence of the action. And when they do it, don't just let it slide, Cause they're gonna keep testing you out to see what they can get away of. So, if we are able to just show respect for each other, appreciate each other, and just You always gonna find somebody who is better than your partner. The moment you do get into a relationship, that's the time you're going to always find somebody who is better than your partner. There's always somebody who is going to be good looking than your partner, better than your partner, and just you always going to find that as long you are in a relationship. But what matter the most, if this is somebody that you truly love and care about, you can help build that person up. You guys can build each other up. But if you just continue to go, you feel like, okay, this person might be better than my partner, or good looking than my partner. Maybe I should go with that person. Everybody has something they need to work on. Trust me. Yeah, that person might look better than your partner or good looking than your partner, but that person has something also that they need to work on. So I just say, in order to have a long term relationship, you guys gotta be willing to balance each other out, um, help your partner and stuff like that. You'll have to work together as a team. If you work together as a good team, when temptation do come along and other stuff do come along, you guys are able to work through it. Because at some point of that relationship, somebody gonna start to think differently. Yeah, from the beginning, you guys might love each other, want to be with each other. But at some point of that relationship, you do know relationship go through different stages. So along that relationship, somebody gonna the mindset or the thinking, they're gonna start to think, do I want to spend, you know, do I still want to be with this person and stuff like that? Somebody gonna start to think that way, and sometimes people do change. That's okay. Always expect your partner to change. If you feel like your partner will always be the same, that's not growth. At some point of that relationship, depending on how you treat that person, your partner gonna start to change. So it can be for the better, it can be for the worse. So just be careful how you treat people who you say you love, you know, because as that person can be the most quiet person, that person can be the most nicer person, but the way in which you treat them at some point of that relationship, they're going to start to change. So just remember that nobody, don't expect people to always stay the same. So always remember that. um I think, what else, also, like, I always say, relationship, no, anybody that been in a long-term relationship, 10 years relationship, 5 years relationship, 20 years relationship, 30 years relationship going, anybody that tells you they had a perfect relationship, that's a lie. At some point of that relationship, um there was some obstacle or struggles along the way. But what mattered the most is learning to compromise certain things in a relationship in order for it to work. I'm not saying just compromise anything. That's when you have your own expectation, what you want for yourself, how you want your relationship to look like. So don't let anybody tell you, say, this is how you should do it. You know what you want for yourself, right? So depending on what you want your relationship to look like or what you expect your relationship to look like, you can set your standards that way, in a way you are looking forward to something like that. And you guys can, you know, work together, because this is two different people coming together. You guys can work together to make that happen, because nobody's going to do it for you. Both of you have to be willing to do what it takes to make that relationship work. Also, if you know very well what your partner expecting from you, or what your partner wants from you, you have to be willing to also work on the stuff. You can't just be like, oh, yeah, because I don't think she's going somewhere. I don't think he's going somewhere. They're always gonna be with me and stuff like that. Don't always have that mindset, because the least you thinking about that person leaving you, that's when they just gonna walk away from you. So, always treat people right. I say, treat people the way in which you want to be treated. So don't just feel like you can, not because the person love you or want to be with you. Don't just feel you can treat them anyway and don't expect them to change. So always know that. Um, Let me see. I think, yeah, I think that's it for today. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance if you want to add anything. Um, if you guys want a part two of this, let me know. I'm open to, excuse me, having a part two if you're open to it, or what you guys want to hear more of. Yeah, relationship is not, it can be easy, it can be hard depending on how both of you, uh, who you deal with, who you dealing with at the moment. Um, that's why when you get in a relationship, look for somebody who truly want to be there, who is willing to do what it takes, who is going to be taking accountability for their own action as well. Um, Someone who just is loyal, who is, it's not all about love, yeah. Who you want your partner to love you, but loyalty matters a whole lot as well. So someone who is just going to be committed and willing to do what it takes in the power to make that relationship work. And that go to you as well. So it don't only takes one to make the relationship work, it takes two to make it work. So also you have to be, you know, working with your partner in every way that you guys are able to just do what it takes to make that relationship work. Um, it take a team to make it work. And also last, I don't know if I said that, you and your partner are in a relationship. So whatever issue you might have with your partner, or whatever your partner might be doing that you don't like, speak up. Tell your partner instead of going and telling other people about it and just sparing this news about your partner. Talk to your partner about it. You'll have a sit down and those time that you guys catch up on each other. Tell your partner about it. What you don't like going on in the relationship. What you want to see more of. What could be better and stuff like that. Instead of going around and telling other people about your issues, talk to your partner, because at the end of the day, you are with that person. So if you want it better, if you want anything better, that's the person you need to be talking to, not other people, about the issue. In that way, you can talk about it and see the best way that you can work towards and making it better. Um, but not everybody gonna give you good advice. Not everybody want to see you guys win. Um, so the first person that you should ever go to have that communication should be your partner. Um, and you should never feel like your partner's just gonna show you off, or is just gonna judge you for the way in which you think. You guys, I always say, always create a safe place for each other. Where you can be able to talk about anything. I mean, anything. Yeah, we might not agree, but your partner is able to just, when you create a safe place for your partner, they are able to just come to you and talk about anything. Because at the end of the day, if you are able to have that open communication, uh, there's always a better way to solve it, because not everybody want your relationship to win. Some people might give you the wrong advice. I did it said no. If it was then, they were not going to do something like that. So always you have, if you choose to talk to somebody else about the issue, talk to somebody who is not going to take one side, who is going to just, listen to both sides and give you better advice. Um, Somebody who you truly trust. And also, y'all can, counseling is not always a bad thing. So you can go to a professional if you feel like you guys have tried to make it work and you just feel like you just need a third party that can hear you guys out and look for, get your better maybe ideas to work towards that. Um, well, any question, any comment, any concern, any suggestion, comment down below. Um, I think I will go ahead and end the live here. So I will give you guys maybe 2 more minutes on here if you want to add anything before I turn the live off. Once again, guys, I truly appreciate each and every one of you who always stopping by and check the channel. Don't be afraid to talk on here. Um, yeah, you can give, if you feel like you have a suggestion, or ideas, or anything you think might help somebody else. Speak up. I give you guys opportunity to speak up on here. You might feel it might not help somebody else, but it's not a bad thing. Just say it. That might help somebody. We here to just help each other to grow. We here to give better advice to our friends and stuff like that on here. That might help somebody in a relationship, or while you might be doing a relationship that is working out, you could also share that. I always say on here I don't expect you to take everything that I talk about. I have flaws, you have flaws. So take what going to help your relationship. Don't just take everything that, oh yeah, Catherine said this, so I'm going with it. Think about it. Is it going to help you? And take what's best for you. That's the point of this um channel, that we can take what going to work for us and we can learn some lesson from other people as well. So yeah. Any question, any comment, any suggestion, any advice before I end the live? Comment down below. And wishing you all the best if you choose to be in a relationship, or you choose to be single, or whatever decision you decide to make for yourself. I just wish you the best. I think any question or anything else? I think that's it, y'all, for today. Thank you all for once more. Thank you all. I truly appreciate you guys. So don't, feel free to leave me a message on the community page if you have anything you want for to discuss in particular. You have interest in any topic, or you have other suggestion for the channel and stuff like that. Comment down below. Um, Anything you think that might help somebody, comment down below. We can have that talk. I'm open to chit chatting with pretty much about anything that will help somebody else. So, um, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed. Bye.